DeAndre Swift out in Philly, Saquon Barkley in. One of the first deals to happen yesterday.
Yeah.
Negotiating a multi-million-dollar deal in 5 minutes.
Right.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, before he goes to the Eagles, DeAndre Swift, who was traded for a 4th-round pick and a flip of 7th-rounders last year by the Lions to the Eagles, to his hometown of Philly, boom, he's to the Bears. That was the first deal to hit about 10 minutes in. DeAndre Swift to the Bears on a 3-year, $24 million deal. And the first question was, well, what are the Eagles going to do? And we found out not long after that, as you found out, as your son found out, as everybody found out, they filled that spot with, all due respect to DeAndre Swift, a better running back in Saquon Barkley.
Yes, yeah. Here's the first thing. One, I'm so happy for Saquon Barkley. I really am. I say that, from the bottom of my heart. I think you know that. I'm a huge Saquon Barkley fan. I think his talent is incredible. I don't think he's ever been in an offense or a situation that is really conducive to showing all his talents, right? And of course, we both have a soft spot in our heart for running backs. Is even as good as this contract is. I mean, come on, Saquon Barkley's the kind of freaking athlete that, again, we got guys all over the league that are making $28-30 million a year. We're talking about one of the freakiest athletes in the sport, and we're like, yes, he's just going to get $12 million a year, right? But still, at least it's something. And it's a little bit of a security for a guy that's a game changer still. And then you couple that into a game changer with the best offensive line in football, the best duo at receiver in football, right? A damn good quarterback, and that tight end they got. And I go, well, damn, how are defenses going to have answers for the Philadelphia Eagles? I mean, they're phenomenal. They really are. And Saquon now, for the first time in his career, is going to be an offense that has space. He's going to be in a Barry Sanders type of setting. I know it's not in the run and shoot, but it's shotgun. We got to worry about these receivers. We got to worry about Hurts running the ball, right? And the defense is going to be spread out, and Saquon Barkley's going to have room to operate, let alone, come on, Saquon Barkley, he's got, one of the best left tackles in football, maybe the best right tackle in football. Landon Dickerson's one of the best guards in football. We saw him get re-signed like that yesterday. He's phenomenal. He was an all-pro vote for me, second team, right? So they got it all, and that's where I'm happy for Saquon Barkley. I'm not happy that it's the Eagles, but I am happy for him, and I'm happy for the running back market in general to see it, get kicked up a little bit, which it needed to.
And it really didn't kick the game.
Well, a little bit.
We'll see what the deals say. Like the Josh Jacobs deal. We're going to talk about Josh Jacobs coming up. I got the details last night on his deal. Not what it was advertised to be. Let's just say that. We'll get to that in a second. But, apparently a dearth of running backs in this year's draft in comparison to any other year where you just throw a shoe and you hit a running back who can come in and rush for 1,000 yards under the right circumstances. Maybe these teams are deciding, let's pay them. And remember, when the salary cap goes up 13%, what used to look like a pretty impressive deal becomes kind of run-of-the-mill.
That's right.
When you're jacking it up to $255.4 million. So that's another way for the market at one position to get better. If the entire, with the rising tide lifts all boats, the boat has to lift somewhat when the cap goes up 13%.
Well,
Giants fans are upset with
go ahead. I was just going to say that too. I think it took it was going to take a team that felt comfortable with their roster and felt like, hey, we're in a really good spot. We can spend a little extra change on the running back position to really push us over the hump here. And that's where the Eagles, because of what Howie Roseman has done and the construction of that football team, right? There's not many areas you can look at them and go, ooh, they need help here, or they need to get better. Running back, even though DeAndre Swift was great, was maybe one of the things. Safety, other than that, it's a perfectly constructed team. But, yeah, they were a team that was in a spot that went, hey, we can put a little more resources into this position, and the rich get richer because of it.
Built from the inside out, not the outside in. That's where the Jets went awry in 2019, the year after they drafted Sam Darnold. They're trying to develop their team to the point where they get the most out of him. So instead of beefing up the offensive line, they spend a bunch of money on Le'Veon Bell when there was no other team that was chasing Le'Veon Bell. Everything that was out there was fugazi about the Ravens. You had said at the time, Kyle Shanahan was sitting back thinking maybe this thing sinks down to the 7 figures per year and I can get Le'Veon Bell. The Jets made the mistake of building from the outside in, not the inside out. When you're already built up from the inside out, you can go out there and make these kinds of deals and pick up a guy from the Giants in Saquon Barkley. And I was starting to say Giants fans are pissed at Saquon. Look, folks, you should not be mad at Saquon Barkley. He gave you 6 years. And the whole idea of the rookie wage scale was we want to make sure the busts don't take a bunch of money out of the system that could go to the great players. Fine. What about the great players? We get screwed. We used to get a lot more than we did. We've earned it. Where's our pay? After 3 years, I'm eligible. Where's my long-term contract? After 4 years, my contract's expired. Where's my long-term contract? Oh, you're doing the 5th-year option on me. Okay, fine, I did it. Where's my long-term contract? Oh, you're going to franchise tag me. Okay, fine. Now am I going to get my long-term contract? No, we're saying bye-bye. I mean, that's what the running back position has kind of become. If you're going to use a first-round pick on a guy, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, see ya. And that's what the Giants did. Don't be mad at Saquon Barkley. They could have paid him what the Eagles are going to pay him.
Exactly right.
And they chose to let him walk away. This door swings both ways, folks. Don't be mad at Saquon Barkley. He's doing what's right for him, and he was denied after year 3, 4, 5, and 6. The long-term contract he should have gotten out of the gates. The big money contract he should have gotten out of the gates back when he was drafted.
No,
he still got
right.
one,
yeah.
but not like it would have been in past years.
Exactly right. That's where yeah, Giant fans, you can't be mad at Saquon Barkley. Absolutely not. All right. I mean, first off, he's a huge difference maker in my eyes still. He's a guy that can do special things in the open field, explosive plays galore. And, on top of that, yeah, like you said, the Giants, of course, they played that game with him a little bit. Never gave him the value he deserved. And, of course, never constructed a team around him to where he could thrive and really show what it was all about anyways. I mean, forget about, bad offensive line. It was the worst offensive line. They never had a passing game that could be like, oh, whoa, we got to worry about, the passing attack. That's going to open the field up for Saquon Barkley. They were rarely in leads late in the game where they could run the ball and go, we're just going to impose our physical will on you and wear you down here. But, man, as far as the pure talent goes and what this guy can do, I mean, you see some of these catches, his ability to change direction side to side, right? I mean, he still has game-breaking speed. He's perfect for the Eagles. He really is, and good for him. Good for the Eagles to a degree. All right, way to go, Eagles. I'll give you that. But I am happy for
Fly, Eagles, fly. Hey, I'm taking applications for new favorite teams. So, Eagles, you play your cards right. Keep sending that swag. Who knows? It may be enough to get Jason Kelce to think twice about retiring. You get Saquon Barkley in that backfield. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.